Don't we all love sugar cookies? But today I'm going to make a pizza cookie with fresh fruit. So let me go ahead and get this rolled out so that we can put it in the oven. I'm going to use half of my cookie dough because it's just, I'm not having company today, but we'd like a little dessert. So I'm going to put this away, save that for another time. And I'm going to take out my cookie dough, sprinkle my countertop with flour, roll my cookie dough out. To me, the flour takes away some of the sweetness because with the natural fruit sweetness, that's what we want to taste. We wouldn't want to taste a sweet cookie dough, but at least I don't. But you're welcome to make it without the flour because as you'll see, I'm going to add a little more flour than just the dusting on the counter. So I'm going to add flour as I need it until I get it, until it stops sticking to my countertop. And see, it's already stopping, it's already not sticking to the countertop, so I don't have to add too much. It's hard to gauge how much you'll need to use, so just try it. Put it on your countertop and see what resistance you have, or if there's no sticking, you're good to go. So now, since I have it how I want it to be, I'm going to flour again because I don't want it to stick once I start to roll it out. You're going to place it on the counter. You can pat it out a little bit. This won't be a large cookie. I had to do because I was having a little resistance with my cookie dough reacting right for me, and so that I can keep my shape of my cookie, I have placed it in a ball again and flattened it out to put it on the cookie sheet, which I have lined with aluminum foil so that it doesn't stick. So right now my concentration is I like to have a round cookie. So I've placed it on here, patted it out a little bit, and I'm going to lightly roll this out just to get a larger cookie, and so I'll have more space for my fruit. So we're going to keep rolling this out. We're going to keep trying to keep our shape, and if it gets a little distorted, guess what? We can fix that. Just take your hands, do like that. And also remember, in the oven, this is going to spread. It's going to get a little larger than it is. So that's why, depending on what you're going to serve it on, always make sure you make the cookie a little smaller than the item you're going to serve it on, because it's going to expand just like a cookie. A gooey cookie gets puffs up and then flattens out. This is going to do the same thing. So let me just get this a little even over here. Okay. I think that's as good as it's going to get. So now I'm going to put this in the oven as per the cookie dough instructions, 350 for 11 to 14 minutes. I say let's not keep this in longer than the 14 minutes as per the instructions on the cookie package, the cookie dough package. So we're going to put this in the oven and we'll be back for the cookie pizza. I always start out with an 8-ounce block of cream cheese, milk, no measurements, but I'll let you know. We'll figure it out along the way. And cheesecake Jell-O. I don't use the whole pack. I just use a portion just to give the cheesecake a little more subsistency and consistency so that it can hold the fruit and not be too soft. So we're going to start by pouring in the cheesecake pudding. Okay, and then we're going to pour in some milk. We don't want much. And then I have a hand mixer. I've had this for like so many years. We're going to start mixing. First, I like to chop it up and try to distribute the milk along with the cheese a little, and then I'll turn it on. And it helps so that it pulls the cheese away from itself and makes it easier to mix. And that's it. Look at that. That looks really good. Okay. Hi, I'm back. I've taken the cookie out of the oven and it has cooled down now for about 15 to 20 minutes. So it's easy to touch and it's easy to plate on my on top of my cake stand. But let's make sure it stays. So what do? We're going to take some of our topping, which was made with the cream cheese and the and the cheesecake. Sorry about that. The cheesecake pudding. We're just going to put a small dollop on so that it can grab the cookie. We're going to press it down so it creates a nice little suction for the cookie so it'll stay still. All right, now let's get decorating. First, we're going to put on our cream cheese cheesecake topping. We're going to spread this as even as possible, but if not, you know what? We're in the world of homemade or semi-homemade in this case, and if it's not perfectly even, it's okay. Doesn't that look delicious? Now we're going to start arranging the cookies. I'm sorry, we're going to start arranging the fruit. So what I like to do is I start out with the larger pieces first, the kiwi. I've sliced some kiwi. I've peeled and sliced some kiwi, and we're going to position this starting in the center and working our way around. This is such a pretty dessert for the summer, for the spring and summer, for a baby shower, for a bridal shower. It just really makes a statement. Okay, so we'll start out there. Then I usually go around the perimeter and go with my strawberries. So I've sliced my strawberries, and if you notice, my fruit is dry. I like to wash my fruit, slice it, and place it on paper towels so that they get to, they're not dripping, and that they're able to hold their shape. And they don't bleed onto the cream cheese. That's another reason why I like to have them dry, because we don't want the cream cheese to lose its color. So we're going to keep adding our strawberries to the edge. Doesn't that look like spring and summer, sunshine, baby shower, bridal shower, or just dessert for the family? Next are the blueberries. We're just going to place them haphazardly, no particular form or fashion, around the kiwi. Going for the raspberries, our beautiful red raspberries. They're so sweet. And we're going to put these in the center here. Just going to put one more right there. Okay, and I put extra raspberries around the outside where the blueberries are because I just think they look so pretty on the outside of it also. Okay, I guess that's enough of that. Now, isn't that pretty? But wait, we're not finished yet. So here I have a tablespoon, well, 2 tablespoons of apricot preserves, and I have about 1.5 tablespoons of corn syrup. Okay, so I'm going to mix that together to form a nice glaze. Now, again, this is optional. You don't have to do this. It's quite perfect the way it is already. So I'm going to very lightly brush this on the top, and it really looks nice once it has sat like in the refrigerator for a few hours, because it really gives that nice like glaze to everything. But if you're going to be serving it right away, that's okay too. And it just adds that extra level of sweetness also. Does not have to be perfect. If some get a little more gets in one area, it's okay. I love to serve this at different parties and functions that I entertain when I entertain, and it's always something that people really rave about because it's so fresh, it's so light, and it's not that sweet. The sugar comes from the fruit. Okay, and it's done. And you see it's staying on the plate. So thank you for joining me. I'm glad you were able to come into my kitchen and see this great recipe. It's a quick recipe and it's inexpensive. It's beautiful and it's inexpensive, and it'll really wow your family and friends. Thanks for coming.